All right, so we got players. And we have a map, and it's going to be a fun time. Just waiting for my body to ready up, and we are going to move into the grand finals of Evo Chamber number 1. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in once again. Thanks for all the follows. Again, I think this got me over to affiliate, which is tremendously exciting. Means I can have a sub button, and you can all give me your dirty esports money. And I actually, I am getting an overlay made at some point. It's just the person I'm working with has a backlog, so not exactly as fast as I would like. It's not ready for this, but it will be ready eventually. Drone hard. Barely dropping a map, only dropping the one map to Kerrigan. Mabadi not dropping a single map in this tournament. Blitzing their way to the finals. But, spawning in the bottom left. In the blue, representing himself, and himself alone, it is Drone Hard. And, in the upper left, in the green, the chatty man from UR, it is Mabadi. Alright, so I don't know much about how these players play against this. I've actually caught a decent amount of both of them in this series thus far, or in this tournament thus far, but not in this matchup. It's been a lot of mirrors, or against players that it really didn't matter what he did. So here we have Reaper Expand coming from Mabadi. Just hatch pool, or pool first. Ah, wow. You can tell it's late. Hatch first into a pool from Drone Hard. Again, these are standard Zerg and Terran openings. We're not hitting anything that is weird. I lied tremendously. This is a second hidden Rax coming from Mabadi. You're going for something a little bit cheeky, a little bit sneaky, and a third Rax behind it, as he looks to pull the wool over Drone Hard's eyes in this game 1. Now, this is scoutable, right? But the Overlord will not scout it for any period of time, as it's really would only be scouted by the second Overlord, and even then, not late. Not totally sure what the timing on this is, but it is presenting as a Reaper Expand, or at the very least, Reaper into something, maybe get a CC on the high ground. But a second guess as well, and this is, I'm sorry. Maybe I was being a little bit too complicated. This looks like more to be more than anything just 3 Rax Reaper. And there we have it. Second Reaper being built, third to be built shortly, as soon as Mabadi's able to get enough gas for it. And there we have it. So this is just, it's a good map for it. There are plentiful openings into the base of the Zerg, and Drone Hard going for a 27 actually, third base. Generally you would go for a 28. But I guess this is just Drone Hard's vision of the game. It's not all that weird, but it is far enough standard that it should be mentioned. Now we have Reapers going across the map. The Reaper will not be spotted by the Oh, okay, Reaper will be spotted. Don't know whether he noticed though. And we have Lings on the way, but not done yet. And one drone already going down for the Reaper. And that, I mean, if this was just a normal game, they'd be like, ah, that's annoying. But with the mass Reaper production that we have here, it's already, it's far more serious. Now, Lings being built en masse, no Roach War, nothing like that. No, Tian, it's 0-0. And Reapers continue to be made as Queens and Lings are made as well. So this third's not going to be killed. There's no way. And actually, the longer Mabadi takes trying to deal with this, the less damage he's going to be able to do. And actually, his rally is making him skip the speed zone, so he gets there even slower. Although, you know, he is trying to get this down, and he's done a tremendous job. It's gonna spawn at about 50% HP. But now it has plus armor, so it's going to take damage significantly slower. Although, you know, so speed is 2/3 of the way done. And actually, Mabadi's going to be able to get this. That's insane. Mabadi, the Master Reaper play to kill the third base. Never would I have said such a thing. Meanwhile, Mabadi continuing to build Reapers and getting a natural base behind this eventually. So Creep is going to go down. Creep, yeah, not happening much. And you know, the difference here between what happened last time when Mabadi tried it. Or no, it's someone else. Anyway, no Reapers have gone down. One Reaper goes down now, but he trades it for a Queen, and that's a fair trade. Queen's doing a good job of targeting the Reapers down, but maybe not as well as he would like. And the second Queen's going to go down, and here, this is the breaking point. Speed is done, yes, but the Reapers are able to get themselves into a nice position, and at this point, he's just blowing up Lings with the Reapers. Sure, a couple are dying, but this is a valuable, an incredibly valuable trade for Mabadi as more Reapers continue to go in, and the Lings are all cleaned out, so that means the Queen will die as well. Dronehard on the back foot here, but behind this, Mabadi banking oodles and oodles of money, and Dronehard will lose the rest of these Reapers, but that is worth it. So we do have a lair behind this, focusing all on the front, and two base lair coming, or two base spire coming from Dronehard on a significantly delayed economy. So Mabadi, short on gas but not on minerals, really needs to move up the next level of his tech tree. Right now, the command center cannot lift due to the Lings and the natural, but that should be able to be taken care of. And a Cyclone on the way, as I gotta imagine this is for Stim. Yeah, there we go, Stim for Bioblade. So there are more Reapers. These Reapers will be able to enable the natural to land. And on the other side of the map, we do have that Spire ongoing for underway for Dronehard. About halfway done, and a Baneling Nest as well. Dronehard just looking to try to see if he can maybe find a way back into this game. I say back into this game, but Dronehard cut SCV production significantly throughout the majority of this. So he's only on 27 workers, even if compared to the 43 of his Zerg opponent. So sure, he killed the third. Sure, he got 3 Queens. Sure, he got 18 Lings. Sure, he got a drone. Great. Okay. And getting the third is probably the most impactful part of that. But, okay, he's going to jump into Zerglings, and not much is going to happen. But the Queen is going to go down, and that's unfortunate. Queen out of position, so that's the 4th Queen that goes down. And the more Queens that die, the less larva there is, the less creep spread there is, and all of those things are good for the Team UR Terran. However, again, we got to look at economy here, right? Dronehard, outside of that brief period where the drones had to be pulled, Dronehard going pretty far ahead in that in the economy function, as he sends another Cyclone in to get rid of that Overlord. And Mabadi has really done an excellent job of putting a better player, an assumedly better player, on the back foot. That being said, it's the mid game now, and perhaps all of the work that Mabadi put into this game to try to ensure that he enters the mid game in a good position, I don't know if it's done as much as he would like. So he's going to get another Queen. He's going to scout the Mutas. So that's important. You can see the Muta time. You're going to see the lack of Evolution Chamber. So he knows this is a 2-base Muta now. As Mutas run their way across the map, followed by some Lings. It looks like Dronehard is going to just try to do like a Mutaling Bane bust, which is a valid thing. You just run him over. Although, army supplies are not all that different, and Ling Bane off of creep is not nearly as efficient as Ling Bane on creep. Now, the other thing to mention here, so Mutas are going to find this tank. They're going to try to do things to it. No, not really going to happen. But, as I was saying, one of the key things about Mutaling Bane, right, is you sacrifice upgrades and you sacrifice your ground capacity for your air capacity. Now, with what Mabadi went for this game, his ground capacity is not nearly as ahead as it normally would be. So, upgrades are not quite as ahead. The timing, it's only about 50 seconds, only about a minute, which is significant, yes, but it's not the whole Terran is finishing 2-1 as Zerg is finishing like 1-0. Anyway, these Mutas getting combat shields, which is nice. It's going to allow them to fight against the Mutas so much better. Getting a Cyclone on their way out, losing not a single Muta, not yet. And Dronehard, as much damage as he took in the early game, is rapidly climbing his way back into this game. 63 workers, even on army supply, actually ahead on army supply, and just setting these little packs of units all across the map ready to counterattack should Mabadi commit the transgression of leaving his base. Now Mabadi building up his production. He is on 3 bases now. He has 48 workers, which is maybe not what he wishes, but mules are a powerful thing, and he's getting up to full 6 racks production capacity, even as Mutas continue to shark around his base, cancel barracks, continue to kill more SCVs, and we have lost 9 SCVs this game. However, Mabadi is sick of this shenanigans. He says, "Look, you know what? If your army's going to be on my side of the map, I'm not going to be on my side of the map. I'm going to move across. I'm going to put some pressure on your third. I'm going to force you to react to me, not the other way on." And Mabadi stemming in is going to go put pressure on the third. Probably not kill it, but able to do enough. And actually, the Widow Mines here damaging the mutas just enough that Mabadi's going to be able to snipe the third down. And once again, this army is probably dead for that transgression, for the sheer... Oh man, I lost my word. For the sheer temerity of daring to step on Droneheart's creep. But the third is down. The question now, as Mabadi does an excellent job cutting into the Zerg's production once again, is whether he can hold the ensuing follow-up here. As Droneheart running into the third, morphing Banes as he gets ready to go. You know, it's not looking good. The army supplies are not equivalent, to say the least. Sure, it's 1-1. 2-2 not on the way for Mabadi. It is now or never. He has to hold here. And running in with Banelings, running with Mutas. Banelings running in, blowing up that Widow Mine. And we have Droneheart camping at the main base, the natural base of Mabadi. And there we have it. GG. Game 1 goes to Droneheart. Well, excellent comeback from Droneheart there, as he loses the third to the Reapers. And I need to restart StarCraft. Wonderful. But yeah, the answer to what's for dinner right now, it's hummus and carrots. So restarting StarCraft. Battle.net. There you are. Sorry, I forgot to hardware mute my mic for a second as I crunched on some carrots. It's rather unfortunate. But yeah, whenever I lose connection to StarCraft for like half a second, it decides that, well, it decides that it's going to be mad. So game 2 is on Ice and Chrome. So we're going to host that lobby up. Oh, or I'm going to get invited to it. Hey, I don't even have to do the work. It's wonderful. Amazing. All right, so map 2 is going to be on Ice and Chrome. They are not random for the 5th map. That'd be an interesting tournament rule set. Oh yeah, if you get to ace match, you gotta play random. Ouch. So Mabadi getting some significant success with that proxy Reaper with the 3-Rex Reaper shenanigans, but not quite enough. I don't know how much more damage you can do there without just killing every single mineral line of the Zerg, and I don't think Droneheart is going to allow that to happen. I think he's too good for that. I think Mabadi is too good to expect that to happen, so he's not even going to try. But Ice and Chrome is a big map. 16 bases, lots of chokes. But, you know, to have a big map, first you have to have excellent players. And, come on. And in order to do that, we need to introduce them. So, spawning in the bottom left, in the red, up 1-0, it is Droneheart. And in the upper right, in the green, his mind is telling him no, but his body, Mabadi, is telling me yes. It's Team UR's Mabadi. Alright, so what are we going to go for here? What kind of shenanigans is Mabadi going to try to throw out into this game 2 to allow him to maybe equalize the series? Or is it just to say, you know what, look, I think that maybe, just maybe, I'm going to be, I can just play a standard game. I don't know if that's the case, but we do have what looks to be a Reaper expand here. Looks to be. Now, whether it is a Reaper expand, though, that's a different question. As we see Dronhard, once again going for Hatch Gas Pool, says, look, I am the better player than you. I don't need to do anything fancy. I don't need to do anything crazy. I don't need to hit you with early roaches. Okay, we don't know anything about that yet, but be as that may, I don't need to do anything super crazy to you. I need to play stock standard. I'm going to play my game, and I'm going to let you crash against my walls. But that being said, he will be careful, scouting for the standard possible drone position or the proxy barracks positions. Although this is, I mean, I don't think he. I think this is a more likely proxy barracks location than, you know, than that is. But again, these are new maps. This is when the proxies are the strongest. Not that my body's going for proxy. He's going for your standard Reaper expand. Realize that, you know what? Proxy Reaper didn't work all the best. Let's go for something a little bit more standard. See if I can do that. See if I can win with that. We need to get a better transparency. We need to get a better transparency for this, I think. It covers up too much of stuff. I apologize for that. This is, again, the first round of this tournament. Okay. That was just Reaper play that I wasn't paying attention to. My bad. Anyway, first round of the tournament. We're going to have better graphics. We're going to have better production next time. It's going to throw a little smoother. But for right now, it's fine. Now, that's a sneaky drone. Where is that drone going? Nowhere. Okay, it was a misclick. Or I guess it's checking for proxies. Anyway, one Ling manages to sneak its way through, trying to delay this CC, but SCV says, no, 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 no. Even if I give my life for you, the CC's going up. So, Dronhard going for the, got his standard third base at about 28 supply. Which is fine. Sorry, I should say which is standard. It's not the 2 base Muta. Two base Muta play. Instead of going for something a little bit more standard, droning hard, playing defensively, getting up your third and fourth base, and just being the swarm in enveloping your opponent in waves and waves of Lingbane or Lingbane Hydra or whatever he decides to go for. The BM as in I scouted you and I know you made a mistake. Or not. I don't know if this is a mistake or not. This might just be... Where are the guests? One gas. Third CC on the way. So I was going to say this might be a Hellbat push. And there is like a Marine Hellbat push that involved... So this is 2-1-1. Okay, never mind. I'm blind. I was paying too much attention to the tournament itself rather than what was happening in this game. And for that, I apologize. However, we do see a couple more gas on the way. So going to a total of 3 gas as Babadi looks to make some aggression on his side of the map. Dronhard in preparation. 12 Lings that exist. A couple of them getting shish kebab, stir-fried, spit roasted. Oh, we don't like that word. Flame broiled. There we go. In the middle of the map. As the Hellions look to move across. Now, good creep spread already. The Hellions are not going to have nearly the agency they might have should the Reaper had been able to deny creep early. And this creep is already connecting the natural and third pretty adequately. Now, Hellions are going to be able to get that first creep tumor, and that's nice. The bonus damage to light is significant. Alright. So, another creep tumor going down, but there's a second active tumor, three queens there. I'm not even sure whether scan for that one tumor was worth it, especially because it misses that one, which is rather unfortunate. So, a couple more Lings on the way. Bailey Nest. Again, this is just more safety Lings dealing with the timing. Because there are 2 barracks here. And this is looking like it's going to be some sort of Marine Hellbat timing, but Marine Hellbat timing doesn't work if you lose all of your Hellions, and that is going to be the case here as Jorunhard surrounds from every angle the Hellions. Gets the Queens on the case as well, and suddenly that Marine Hellbat timing that looked like it was going to happen, not going to happen anymore. So we do have a drop. We do have a 2-1-1 with only like 10 Marines instead of the standard 16. Moving across the map, now Ling's going to try to poke in, see if they can get any sort of damage done. Without repairs, they will be able to get something done, but they're pulling back, avoiding the surround that Mabadi was going for here. And we do have Jorunhard floating a lot, but at this point in the game, honestly, all but the best of the best players tend to float here because you just don't get gas until 60 out work, 50 out, 60 out workers, until you have full 3-base saturation, which means it's really just hard to spend the money. So we have Marines stimming in, going to try to get a Queen, maybe even take this hatchery down. Hatchery's probably not going to go down. Ling's on the way, Queen's on the way. Yeah, there's no way. This is not going down. Although Mabadi does find his way into a nice spot, and he was going to go drop in the main. There's no army in the main, so he has an opportunity to go and conduct his Inquisition of the Zerg even more, purge the Xenos, but Xenos fights back, says, no, buddy, not today, and the drop is pulled away. Now 1-1 on the way for the Terran here, and again, this is playing like it is a 2-base muta, even though it is 4 bases and it's higher economy than standard. So nice job targeting down those banelings. Just minor trades, and he's only lost like 4 Marines for this, so that's totally worth it. But again, of note, Evo Chamber not even only just now being created. The medevac in the wrong position. But Evo Chamber only just now being created. So this is the kind of game where you will see that 1-1 to 1-1 to 0-0 timing. Now Marines spawning dropping once again in the main, but there's not enough medevacs. And honestly, they just need to get out of here with mutas on the way. Mutas pulling themselves back, just making sure that the Marine drop doesn't kill too many, as happens right there. But the Lings are underneath it, so now these medevacs are doomed. These Marines are doomed, and the work that Mabadi has done thus far this game is all for naught. Now Mabadi behind this, his macro has slipped. 1,000 minerals, 781 gas, 31 army supply. Now if he'd been macroing properly behind this, he'd be in a good position in this game. Sure, he maybe didn't get the 4th, but he did damage. He forced a lot of units rather early, but at this point, Jorunhard says, "Look, buddy, I know what you got. I don't care that you have a 1-1 to 0-0 for me. I have Banelings, and I have Marines, and I have Lings. I'm going to crash into your 3rd base. I'm going to kill your economy. I'm going to burn your house. I'm going to pillage your village." And he swarms in there now, and there we have it. GG. Game 2 going to Jorunhard. So now we move on to match point. Jorunhard up 2-0 on Mabadi. Oh, need to update that. There we go. Jorunhard up 2-0 on Mabadi. Game 3 going to be on Everdream. And honestly, Mabadi, had he just been macroing, he spent too much time microing his units and just allowed that bank to show up on the macro stage. Which, you know, proves the point. If you're looking at, if you're lower level and you say, hey, how do I get better? All the micro in the world does not matter if you can't build your units behind it. All right. So, we have a lobby for map 3. It's going to be on Everdream. Mabadi, his back against the wall here. Playing some pretty good games, especially game 1. In all honesty, game 2 put some good pressure on, but he's just his macro fell apart behind it. He focused too much on one part of his game, to the detriment of all others. And in doing so, found himself just without the bullet, without the backbone, without the spine to be able to defend the follow-up counterpoint, to not be able to spring back like some boxing doll as he gets ready. But here we have it, game 3, perhaps the final game of the night, which I've been casting for like eight straight hours, and as much as I enjoy this, and I hope it goes to game 5, some part of me is a little bit excited about that. All right, here we go. introduce our players, and spawning in the bottom left, up 2-0 on match point, it is Dronehard. And in the upper right, in the green, he's back to the wall. It is Mabani. So, Mabani, not deciding to go for any sort of proxy. If he's tried proxying his buildings in his base with the 3 Rax Reaper, he has tried proxy. He has tried a straight up game. Both of those didn't really work. The Proxy Reaper was more effective, or the 3 Rax Reaper was more effective. It was more successful. It actually got things done. Mabani going for the 2-1-1 as a follow up in game 2 didn't really get as much done. It got half damage on a hatchery, but half damage is not a dead hatchery. Half damage is worthless, especially as Zerg hatcheries respawn over time. So it's not even like he cost some minerals for the Zerg player, like if he was playing a Terran and had had to deal with repairs. And that was about all he was able to get done. He killed some lings, fine, whatever, but not the big damage. He didn't kill 4 queens. He didn't get a bunch of lings. He didn't kill a hatch. He didn't do any of those things. And then that meant that Mabani going. That meant that Dronehard, once he established himself on 4 bases on about 70 workers, having Baneling speed, having 10-ish mutas, was able to just say, look, you know what? You did not do enough damage. I'm going to punish you for it. I'm going to swarm in. I'm going to destroy your economy, and I'm going to end your life in this game. Game 2, Dronehard had to work a little, or game 1, Dronehard had to work a little bit harder. He'd lost his third twice. And again, as a common factor here, Mabani, when he's microing across the map, his macro slips just a little, and he's able to maybe catch up to it, right? He's able to say, you know what? I spent all this. Let me spend my bank, but that's not good enough against a player of Dronehard's caliber. Yet he has to be continuously spending it, and not letting that bank get to 1,000, maybe 500 at the most. But we do have a factory behind this, 2-1-1 or 1-1-1, looking like a 1-1-1 at the moment. I can talk. It's the end of a long day, and we have the Zerg going for. Hey, look, it was a third hatch at 28 supply. Wow, amazing. Where is the Reaper? Reaper just going to spin around, say, hey, look, I'm going to put some pressure on. Can I get your creep tumor? Actually, Dronehard, in taking the first inject, using the first bit of energy as inject instead of creep tumor. Again, I think we saw him do this earlier. Okay, so Mabani going to cancel that creep tumor once again. So even the delay means this creep is even more delayed. But generally, when you inject it in your natural, that means you're going for some sort of aggression. You're going for some timing over. Whereas if you take the creep, you're going for a defensive play. But that doesn't necessarily appear to be the case in this game. Now Mabani turning it on with a Reaper micro. That is, I gotta say, his Reaper micro is definitely excellent for his level. And he is going to try to chase these lings down. Going to lose the Reaper for it, but he sees saturation. He sees that he sees only 1 drone mining gas, things like that. And on the other side of the map, he is going for stem. And again, this is a 2-1-1 with the hidden barracks. Once again, getting that hidden stem, trying to sell it as a standard, 3-base tech or something. And Dronehard actually really has not scouted a lot of this. He saw the 1-1-1, and that was about it. And even then, we see two A-bays. All of these are indicators that maybe while Mabani has not taken his third yet, he plans to take his third. And actually, even the E-bays are going to be started. So this is a 1-1, or 1-1 has been started. So, Mabani does have room in this game, and he's going to be so far ahead on his 1-1 versus the upgrades of Dronehard here, as he is going to boost across the map. The Overlord will scout the 2 medevacs, and Mabani and Dronehard actually not necessarily reacting to it. Oh, he has the 20 lings already, and 21 lings is the calculus. 4 queens, 20 odd lings. to be able to deal with stuff. So Mabadi gonna stim in, gonna kill some creep, get an Overlord. So this is already more damage than he got last game. Get a second Overlord as well, and he's just playing a little afraid to move into the third, but that's fine. He is clearing up the creep for a later push. And even clearing that creep up is a victory, although these queens, they're going to respread it pretty fast. But they're spreading it here instead of spreading it further along. Now, Mabadi getting his third Overlord of this, and that art, again, that by itself is a victory. Looking around for the fourth, trying to see that, and finding a fifth Overlord. Is that a fourth Overlord or fifth Overlord? Finding 5 Overlords with this drop, but Droneheart heinously supply blocked. And, you know, that's a victory. That's, I mean, 500 minerals, right? But the Zerg army, the queens are a little bit too scary to deal with at this point, so he's going to micro back, and eventually pick up once the Zerg run happens. And, you know, of all games, Mabadi looks to be in his element again. He says, look, I feel a little bit more comfortable. I know what I'm doing. I actually have a timing. I'm going to stick to it. He is 1-1, far in advance of anything that Zerg is doing. Did the Spire go up and I missed it? Spire not even going up. No upgrades. Zerg just going for pure Ling Bane, but again, no upgrades. No Evo Chambers even started. So this 1-1 push that Mabadi's going to be able to hit as he stims on, tries to gets one queen. Second one gets transfused, but there we have it. Like these 1-1 Marines right here. These 1-1 Marines might just end the game. Going to target down the Banelings as they appear. Good splitting from Mabadi as he powers through. Now he has not decided to send the rest of his army across the map, but this drop by itself is doing so much, far more damage than it has any right to. Let me see Mabadi once again going back, but this time it's to collect an army. It's to move across the map. It's to say, look, I'm going to continue my reign of terror. I'm going to continue to pressure you again and again. As he goes to take his third behind it. This is the kind of map, the advantage he has in this game is if he just started rallying across some sort of rally push, he'd be in excellent shape. Now, his +2, his 2-2 is delayed. He did forget the armory. But, again, 1-1 versus 0-0, no Evo Chambers in sight. And we have Droneheart just pushing for... Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that engagement. Moved my mouse in the wrong spot. Droneheart going to clean that up. But again, we have Droneheart going for an infestation pit with 0-0. So it's fast hive, but no upgrades. 2-2 on the way now for Mabadi. He's looking at a 2-2 versus 0-0 timing, which is terrifying as he continues to snipe down queen after queen, and then just pick up as the Banelings arrive. We have 16 more workers from Droneheart here. More Banelings. I don't know whether this is just some sort of weird flex where he's saying, look, I can beat you without upgrades. So we have Infestors on the way. We have Hive on the way. And now the upgrades are coming. As Mabadi sets up Widow Mines burrowing. And this choke is perfect for Mabadi to go into. Widow Mines not going off as more Banelings cycle through. A couple of Widow Mines did die, which is unfortunate. Actually, all of them died. But Mabadi, he's pushing through. And honestly, his supply is not quite where I would expect. But again, 800. The bank is there. But again, he's doing the creep is not anywhere near where Droneheart would like it to be. And sure, Droneheart has a solid economy, but so does Mabadi, although he could stand to take a fourth. And as Mabadi runs in, he should just be able to snipe this third. Droneheart is not in the position, so the third will be canceled. Widow Mine set there to make sure that doesn't happen. And now the one thing here though is that Mabadi has not scouted these Infestors. So Infestors plus Banelings, well, that's a recipe for sadness. Although we have it, he's picking up, getting off, and he has seen the Infestors now. So we're going to start to see him go into tanks here, I imagine. Prevent the massive Infestor shots that have the potential to just ruin his day. And just maybe take a step back for a minute. Wait for that 2-2. Wait for that 4 upgrade advantage that he's going to have versus the Zerg. And there we have it. So Fungal number 1 coming in. Or not. And is Mabadi just going to... Is Droneheart just going to do it like this? He's just going to say, look, I don't need upgrades. I'm going to go Infestors. And I'm going to kill you with Ling Bane. And anyway, Droneheart storming in with a large mass of Ling Bane, forcing the Terran into his own base as the Banelings try to crash through, but really not happening that much. And again, now we're seeing the upgrades come into factor here. Massive amounts of SCVs fighting everything out, and you know, this is not the killing move. It only got 3 SCVs, and sure, it forced the Terran behind his wall, but the wall stood, and 3-3 is going to be on the way. It's going to be 3-3 versus 1-1. Now, Mabadi, he sees the 4th base here. He scans it, says, oh no, okay, so you're not maybe on the 3 base that I thought you were. I'm going to take a 4th of my own. Again, that 4th is a little bit late, but Mabadi stimming on, getting 2 Infestors, which is big, which means there are no Infestors left on this map. Ultralisks on the way, but again, it's 0-0 Ultralisks. Mabadi once again forced to pick up. He really just cannot get his army in one piece. I don't know how Jornhard is doing it. Jornhard taking incredibly disadvantageous trades. Jornhard on poor upgrades. Economy mostly even, really, for the point of this game, and yet somehow it doesn't feel like Mabadi can reach the critical mass that he's looking for, as he just sits and banks more, and the Ultralisk Lingbane charges through. Now, where's Mabadi's army? Now, Lingbane Ultra gonna swarm in to the 3rd base. Say, hey, look, buddy, if you're not gonna defend this, I'm just gonna kill it, and your economy is going to be shot. Now, Mabadi going to kill the 4th base, but his 3rd base is forfeit. 12 workers going down. Baneling's just crashing through, forcing the wall up. Wouldn't mind deflecting that a little bit more, but that's fine. And this small drop of Mabadi doing good work, yes, but not enough. I don't think it's enough to deal with the Ultralisks here. And Jornhard somehow, despite the resources lost, despite the units lost, despite everything, is winning this game. And I guess that's not something I understand. Everything I see here says the Terran should be incredibly ahead in this game, but Jornhard took no damage to his economy. Mabadi took a late 3rd. He never got a 4th. So while he was taking these incredible trades, while he was doing good work, he was doing good work. He didn't develop his economy behind it, and the banks really hurt him. So he wasn't remaxing as he took these trades. So now we have 104 army supply to 69, and Baneling's not exactly being split away from, and Mabadi just really doesn't have the army supply to handle this. Although, again, +3 2-3 versus 1-1 means that this army is going to be able to kite for quite a while and do significant damage. But Ultralisks, they're still good, and they do have 3 armor, not 1, again, because of the Ultralisk upgrade. So we have Jornhard swarming. Mabadi stuck on 2 bases. As Mabadi, as Jornhard once again storms in. He's on 5 bases now. Massive Widowmine City, actually. That could help him hold here. Massive, massive, massive Widowmine shots. But we have Ultralisks in the main. SCVs being pulled to try to deal with Ultralisks. That actually just sounds like a recipe for despair and disaster. And these Ultralisks by themselves are winning Jornhard this game. As more Lings, more Banelings, more Lings, more Ultras stream across the map. The Terran base has been penetrated. But perhaps there's one shot. Perhaps there is one opportunity for the Terran to make his way back into this game, as the army supplies are really not all of that disparate. And Jornhard is spending his bank. He's running out of money. Yes, he's running out of money, but look at this. If we look at the economy here, it doesn't matter that he's, say, just spending all of his money. It's 800 mineral income for the Terran, and 3,000 for the Zerg. So at this point, with the lack of a third, Mabadi a little salty on this last game. But in all seriousness, Mabadi, he played an excellent game. He just never was able to totally get his army together and go for that killing push. But yes, Mabadi, everyone needs coaching. If you're not the best player in the world, you can always learn to benefit from someone. And Haxter, the coach we have, is about 1,000 MMR higher than Jornhard here, so it will be useful for him, even if he is on the edge of GM. More Lingbane, more Mutas coming in as Mabadi comes to terms with his defeat. And those are some pretty decent Widowmine shots, to be totally honest. Fungal going in, Baneling's rolling in behind it. Mutas fighting the Liberators, and really, I don't know what more Mabadi can do in this game outside of come to terms with his defeat. Mutas going in, no income whatsoever. Somehow, now here. GG. Mabadi. Jornhart 3-0 over Mabadi. And with that, the tournament is over. The first iteration of the spawning pool, or of the evolution chamber, has been completed. Thank you to everyone who stuck through and watched it with me. Thank you to everyone who played. I very much appreciate all of you. Thank you everyone for helping me get to affiliate. I hit that today. I got like a bunch of follows, and that's awesome. And they would be showing right here, but for some reason the extension's not working. So it goes. Thank you to everyone. If you like what we're doing, we're going to be doing this every 2 weeks. I'm also going to be casting some other ESL stuff, hopefully. But again, that depends. I have to finish my master's thesis, so there's going to be a little bit of a downtime in content before I can get started up again. Anyway, about a week, 2 weeks. As it goes, thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone for playing. Thank you to everyone for talking about it, getting excited. I appreciate every single one of you. And for me, and for Shell and for Hacksta and for everyone else that's been involved in putting this together, thank you so much for your time and your attention and your interest. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a good one, all.